Welcome, angry faithful, to the Wednesday and the Friday. What the hell episode? What the hell this week? It's China's military coup, which we talk about basically political stuff. And woo, it's a big one today. Bill's upset about stuff in the nation. I'm wondering about what's happening in China. And Don Lemon got arrested. There we go. There we go.
What was that?
What? That was clapping. For all those people, it's like, what did Don Lemon do when he was there? Oh my God, Don Lemon got arrested. It can't get arrested. Blah blah blah. He can't get arrested, but he can get federal charges. And everybody's like, from the articles I'm reading, is basically civil rights and everything. But we'll get into that later on. We're looking at China right now. I gotta look at that too. And let me get here. And what is this doing? Okay, there we go.
And they still give Marco new jobs, and he's having to hide now.
he was on Capitol Hill this week. So
he was given a new job. I can't even remember what it was, but he was given a new job.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Let me. Damn it. Wrong one. There we go. Okay. Now this is this is a open letter from Zhang Yung to Xi Ping. According to Insider Report, Zhang realized he might be arrested by Ping. So he prepared a secret letter in advance for if he was captured, it would be made public through overseas media. Sources would provide this letter saying it was also sent simultaneously to Zing's office and relevant. Oh, hi. How you doing? Office and relevant departments like the Central Commission for Disciplinary Inspections. Please, the judge's authenticity of this letter for yourself. Most importantly, it reveals many crucial international and internal details that align with the logic of the CCP system and collaborates various observed phenomena. Separate logic consists information is intent to counter the CCP's deliberate dismiss of major internal propaganda. They're fabricating numerous charges against Zhang, smearing him through mainstream overseas media. And the purpose of publishing this open letter is to gain a deeper understanding and analyzation of the dark underbelly of the CCP's opaque policies, which basically CCP, we don't get that much anyways. Below the content is the open letter. If something happens to me, please make and this is from what's his name? Zhang. Let me get his actual name on here. I don't speak Mandarin.
Zhang Yaoxia.
Zhang Yaoxia.
I haven't watched that show in a long time.
Okay.
You said you didn't speak Mandalorian.
Yeah. If something happens to me, please make this letter public. Arrest me Arresting me will surely lead to many others being arrested alongside. Not because we've committed any disciplinary or illegal acts, but for one reason. I told a different view from Commandant Zane Ping on the Central Military Commission's chair responsible system. Of course, are also major disagreements on the military unification in time of Taiwan, strategic cooperation with Russia, and a rapid promotion of senior officers. These differences should be normal within the party and the military to be addressed and resolved through scientific and demo- democratic centralization. But now it seems that we restored to special methods to handle them. I want to tell uh, Comrade Zing that write this letter. And by the way, this is getting translated. Uh, so a lot of the stuff doesn't make congruent sense. I'm reminded that Zing said back then, we're old. It doesn't matter to us. I had the means to stage a military coup, but I firmly refused. The fallout would be too great. If it's spiraled out of control, the country would descend into civil war, and the first to suffer would be the innocent soldiers on both sides. As for using unconventional means against me, I won't resist. Right and wrong, justice and injustice, the people's hearts are the true scale. I believe history will sort it out. I'm a peace inside, leaving these words behind in hopes that Jing takes heed. Victory should come with grace and boundaries. Don't take the things to such extreme. They're high powered watching after all. What I can say for sure is that if I'm arrested, uh, we'll get that later. Uh, the secretive plot by 3 of 5 people bypass collective discussions by the wow. I'm gonna have to.
Are you reading a translation or?
I'm reading a translation. I said that, Bill.
Politburo.
Politburo of Central Committee, yet carrying out and announced in the name of Central Committee who violated disciplinary and law. In 89, it was, jeez, get this.
Deng Xiaoping.
Deng Xiaoping who did so, not Zhou Zenggang. But later, Deng still pushed for reform and opened up in 92. If he arrests me this time, there's high chance that Jing will turn China into North Korea. Single-minded, fixed on military unification of Taiwan, ready to impose martial law domestically with the military at any moment. I'm wondering what charges will pin on me after the arrest. The first will surely be opposing the Central Military Commission chairman responsible system. Think about it. If the chairman were truly accountable for all military corruption over the years, I would oppose it. What I oppose is turning the chairman. And Bill, can you actually respond to whatever stuff that comes up, like what this guy's saying? Type it in. Think about it. If the chairman were truly accountable for all the military corruptions over these years, I would oppose it. What I oppose is turning the chairman responsibility systems into a practical one, mending in every tiny detail, threatening himself as a genius expert and wise commander on every issue. Even Monzong didn't micromanage the military like this. Turning the people's armies into the party's army is one thing. but into his personal routine. This is most terrifying. Those rocketed up in the ranks are full of gratitude, swearing blind loyalty without principles, turning the troops into creators of good soldiers of Chairman Xing. It straightens out the Culture Revolution playbook. The key difference in is that back then information was sealed off and the propaganda worked. Now, with such open access to information, no one will sincerely worship you as a great leader. Is bred more resentment. There's a video circulating online that everyone has seen when Jinping appears at a venue. Everyone has to stand and applaud, just like damn it, I lost my train of thought because people are freaking texting me. When Jinping appears at the venue, everyone has to stand up, applause, just like the North Korean Kim Jong-un. You all saw my reaction on site. I was inward repulsed and fatigued, uncomfortable. Does that count as opposing the chairman responsibility system too? All the overseas hype about my internal power struggle with Jing. Military intelligence also complies reports for me. I just laughed them off. If I'm arrested, the problem lies in our own system. Without reform, anyone could be the next victim. The party leader isn't about the party top leader controlling everything, every little thing in exhausting detail. It's about leading the people to set laws and strategies. Then every party member abides by them. The military under party leadership is the same. The chairman responsible systems means the chairman takes responsibility under collective leadership only. In wartime, is the military composition head the supreme commander of army forces. In peacetime, strategy set, current events analyzed, and personal promotions can't be deducted by the chairman alone. Oh, that one don't worry about. My disagreement with Commander Xing are precisely at this point even more seriously. I've noticed he's been seeking opportunities, generally wanting from the heart to launch a war. He especially wants to personally command a grand war, the clash between South China Sea and especially the war on the Chinese-Indonesia border. No, China-Indian border were completely unnecessary. I'm someone who's been through war. Leaders launch wars, sacrificing countless soldiers' lives. Before long, two countries' leaders are shaking hands warmly, calling each other comrades and brothers. This isn't what an enlightened leader does. The soldiers and officers who fought alongside me back then, those who died, they're buried right on the borderlands. Their parents and siblings can't afford the trip to visit. Manufacturing such tragedies in peacetime is Zhang Sin. Not many people know, but dang, man.
Dang.
Yeah, Deng's modified the Constitution in 1982 to put his power above all, creating his chairman responsible system, where there was no such system under Mao. Deng never publicized it. He knew this constitutional amendment was just for his personal power grab. Back then, a few in the military commission like Yang Song Kong helped push it through. Deng amended the Constitution. Zhang amends the Constitution. It's all done by key figures. The National People's Congress has no choice but to pass what the we're going to
Politburo.
Politburo. Whatever doesn't rise this hand gets nabbed. Later, Dang, sorry, was able to take down Comrade. We're going to do both of them. I wish there was like an automatic search button.
Zhao Ziyang and Hu Yaobang.
Yeah, we're going to go with that. Dare to roll thanks to Changning Avenue and fire on people, all because the Central Military Commission Chairman responsibility system. That system gave him supreme power. Looking back, did all the sins Deng committed do any good for Deng's family, for the party, and the country, for the people? I'm advising Comrade Jing accountability for his good and his families. We grew up together in the big country courtyard. Only I can speak for the frustration, frank truth to him. Fighting Taiwan, then battling the U.S. and Japan right afterwards. It's not going to be as simple as Deng's Vietnam War or crushing the students. His family and our country will face endless disasters, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and of soldiers' sacrifice. I can't even imagine the consequences. If such war leads to mutiny or the party state being overthrown by the people, we will there be a bloody reckoning for those launching leaders. It's terrifying to even think about. The military is to defend the country and people. Thinking it's for fighting wars is, of course, a grave error. While I am on the military commission, I can still advise him and check him for making serious mistakes. Now, this goes on a long time. And what's been happening right now is that, let me get rid of this. Oops, there we go. What's happening right now is they're marching. A lot of the other cities are marching towards Beijing right now. So I think, and this is just opinion part, that it's happening right now. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to keep you updated on this. There's they've already arrested Zhang Yang and Lu Zalin. Okay. And it was a 2-hour the president of China found out about this 2 hours beforehand. There's a fourth assassin plot against the president. It's looking like almost this country is going to
hell.
Well, it's already been going to hell. It's
kind of where we're about to head.
Not yet, Bill. We're going to get to that later on in the episode.
Okay.
And what I think started this is back in 2023, end of 2023 and beginning of 2024. The banking system in China, through reports being shipped out, had failed. They're going through their 2008 right now, housing crisis. They're running out of money. The stuff that Trump's been doing as of right now The tariffs, two, taking up a lot of China's money, especially what happened in Venezuela. This is another reason why it Debbie's into this, because all the oil they were supposed to get from Venezuela, China was.
And China was getting it discounted.
Oh yeah, heavily discounted.
They were getting it for up to around $20 a barrel off of the market rate.
Yeah.
So when people look at the price of oil and they go, oh, look at the price of a barrel of oil. I went into this last week. That's not necessarily 100% relevant, because people do make trade deals. There's different qualities of oil. You have the different transport distances and cost. There's a lot that goes into gas that's beyond the barrel price and supply and demand.
Yeah. And a lot of their and what was really sad with that oil, they were reselling it. And they were getting, well, the 20 bucks back. They were buying it for cheap. They were getting that money back. And they were literally putting loans out on that oil that they were supposed to distribute, and all the gas and everything that comes with taking an oil and refining it. They were taking loans. And now that they can't get that oil, guess what happens? Those loans go away. Their economy is so screwed right now. And it's getting that way.
And they're trying to make these deals with Canada, and Canada isn't going to be able to live up to it.
Right now, oh, dude, it's even worse in Canada right now, only because Alberta, there's so much stuff going in right now that Alberta's wanting independence. I have seen videos, I have seen, and I like.
Oh, I should have pulled it up. David Eby just came out and said that Alberta is committing treason by wanting to break away from Canada. He specifically said they're committing treason, voting to break away. I follow Canada a lot. It's hilarious. You just not have to follow Canada through podcasters, because their censorship is really extreme. They have no legitimate media at all. You won't find out what's going on.
Yeah.
There's major protests of things in UK. There's protests in Canada. You don't, or in Australia, you don't find that as much in Canada because they don't know shit. Get into a forum and talk to a liberal in Canada. Oh, America's going down. Yeah, right. You can't do shit.
Yeah. Anyways, but as of right now, like I said, I'll keep you updated as best as I can with this stuff. I'm gonna have to go into the only problem with reporting on China stuff, and I'll let you know right now. I'm probably gonna have to start reporting and start calling in some favors and asking some people on stuff. But as of right now, China is it looks like China might get overthrown. I hope so, but I think it's going to be it's one of those things. It's going to get overthrown, but it's going to be the same mechanisms. It's like, oh, new China, boom. It's the same China. It's just a new leader.
Well, we're practically being overthrown by the Democrat Party, but anyway.
We'll get in that in a second, Bill.
Fuckers.
I know you're upset. That's the third one. We're getting into Don Lemon now. Don Lemon's got arrested. This is coming from the AP, Associated Press. Journalist Don Lemon was arrested from custody Friday after he was arrested and hit the federal civil rights charges over his coverage of the anti-immigration enforcement protest that disrupted a service in a Minnesota church. Lemon was arrested overnight in Los Angeles, while another independent journalist and 2 protesters participated were arrested in Minnesota. He stuck confined, defiant tone while speaking to reporters, which he did after the report appears in California, declaring, "I will not be silenced. I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not. I will not stop now," Lemon said. And in fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. The arrest brought sharp criticisms from news media advocates and civil rights activists, including Reverend Alan Sharpton, which he's always going on any kind of tirade thing that he could possibly go. So no real weird thing there. Who said that the Trump administration is taking a sledgehammer to the knees of the First Amendment. A grand jury in Minnesota indicted Lemon and others on charges of conspiracy and interference with the First Amendment rights of worship during the January 18th protest in the city church at St. Paul, where U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement officer is a pastor, which that was never verified, that pastor was an ICE agent. So, you know what? Let me do my due diligence on that one, because I'm kind of curious, and I am not using that. I am really not using Google AI to do that. Okay, so he was the pastor was a director of field office for ICE, so some teachings people about God is out there overseeing ICE agents. How dare you? Was the stuff. Yeah. So he was a pastor, but we don't know what his actual sermons were, so we couldn't really decide for ourselves if it was, because there is separation of church and state. So if he was talking about, there's certain words you can use, like please pray for the ICE agents. They're having a hard time right now. Totally all right. Now, if he was teaching his congregation, hey, ICE is the best thing known to man and everything, and we should all, that's the government talking part, and he can't do that. Yes, there is separating church and state, and I believe in separation church and state, because once you get it to where they are talking about, hey, you should vote for this guy in your church congregation, that's wrong. I voting practices and what the church believes. Now, if you're a church going person and you go to a church and they believe that, hey, pro-life, that's a slippery slope. But most people that believe in like Catholics, they heavenly believe pro-life. You can't get them away from that. So, anyways. And for the next 30 minutes, Bill's going to bitch, moan, and complain about the new bill, and that's being shuttled through. Go ahead, Bill. Get your anger out.
Yeah, you know, I'll kind of preface it with why they're fighting so much for it. Why they're fighting for immigration so much is because the rest of the world is fighting against immigration finally. The conservatives are waking up and looking at us and saying, "Oh, look at them, look at them." In France right now, they're having protests. They want to overthrow Macron. Now, a lot of the protesters are actually liberals, but the Conservative Party in France has the lead, and it's over immigration. Now, the liberals are all upset because of austerity cuts, and Europe is going to go to hell because we're gonna beat America because and we're gonna build our own army. Well, what do you do that with? Well, we got to cut these social programs to do that. No, don't take our free stuff. So that's one of the reasons there's so many people against America right now that aren't in America. Is we're the example. I mean, there's people in UK. We want ice here. We want your kind of ice here. So I'm seeing that all over the place. Let me back up to one thing new that I just
hold on real quick though,
Huh?
Bill. To add in on your why we need to get immigration on a handle for California had a problem. That problem was they couldn't go through jury selections. They went through 450,000 people trying to find adequate people that actually could go through the jury process. Why 450,000? You say? I'm glad you asked that, Bill. What
Why?
what happened is how do you get jury duty?
Your ID.
No.
In California, in Texas.
No. It's not the ID or anything like that. You register to vote, Bill. Once you register to vote, you're put into a big data bank saying, "Hey, you registered to vote, so you're good for jury duty." You know that 450,000 people that couldn't use for jury duties. You know what they had a problem with? They weren't United States citizens, and to be on a jury, you have to be you have to be a United States citizen. So 450,000 people that really can't vote because they're illegal aliens. Did I say that right? Am I going to get banned because I use the illegal aliens? Because that one lady off of that one news company said you can't use that term. They're on document.
Now, don't say that in the Wichita Falls group on Facebook because he will ban you. He went the guy the admin went totally bonkers
They're
over the term illegal alien. I will ban anyone who uses that phrase.
Yeah, small group. Who cares? My stick's bigger. Anyways, they are illegal aliens. Why do we use illegal aliens? Because it's in the law practice. It's literally in the law. Illegal aliens or illegal immigrants. Those are the two very facts on there. How did I know this? I didn't read it, but Mark Rubio did. And he went on a tirade when he was at the Congress this week. So, honestly, I'm, and we'll get into your stuff right now, Bill. After I say this, I really think that Rubio will probably be the next president. I want JD Vance. I like JD Vance, but listen to Rubio and everything. I'd rather have him, honestly. But I would have to get more on his stance on a couple of other things other than just what he's doing right now.
Could he possibly be president, vice president, and senator?
The way he picks up jobs,
yeah.
go in there.
You're gonna do all of them.
I see what you're doing there. But yeah, I totally see what you're doing there. Yeah, dude, how many countries is Rubio president of? Probably all of them.
Well,
I had it right there.
Oh,
All right, Bill. What happened with that bill that got passed this week that no one paid attention to?
Well, it hadn't got passed yet. Oh, wait. I found Rubio. Oh, no, I didn't because he's having to hide, so he won't be given another job.
He's actually said that he's like, yeah, I do this. Yes, I do this because the president of the United States asked me, and I'm happy to serve my country. And the reason why he's happy to serve his country the way he does is because his family are immigrants. It is Cuba, right? His family comes from Cuba.
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, let's make so.
Cubans are very proud people. You won't see them going around flying the Cuban flag. They're proud when they become Americans.
Yeah, he's a first generation Cuban American. He was born in Miami in 1971. But yeah, dude, freaking Cubans once they get here and they got away from the horrors of communism. I say that because communism is horror. I've talked to so many like first generation, second generation Cubans. Dude, they hate it over there and they love it over here. I'm talking like love it. They totally embrace their American heritage.
I've said this one before, but it's still a good one. I lived in Arlington, and my neighbor was he was the head of Aeromexico, and he was Cuban, and he was so fascinating. I would go out every day after I got home from work. He would come out, and we just talk. And you'd have something like La Raza was having their big their big things in California. He was so outraged with that. Anyone who became an American or came over here and didn't fly the American flag. And one day he said, I'm going to be gone for a week. And I says, oh, what's up? His sister was going to become an American. She had gone through the process, and they have from all over the country, every family member meets and they have a week-long celebration when one of their family members becomes an American.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. What do you think? Doesn't Trump care about the Constitution? Trump doesn't.
Yeah, for 4 fucking years, we had liberals pissing on their constitutional duty to protect the borders. They did not give one shit. And that should be the first question any of those motherfuckers are asked. Anytime they say, oh, ICE, why didn't you do something about it for 4 years? Why did you allow it? Why did you encourage an invasion? You had a constitutional duty to protect our borders. So don't tell me about, oh, Trump, the Constitution, because you got pissed on it.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Sarge Manning. Bill was getting angry about the Biden administration. Okay, he's saying, why do you think Trump doesn't care about the Constitution?
Oh, I'm sorry, guy.
We're okay. We've been pushing onto this, and go ahead, Bill, and explain to Manning there why you think Trump doesn't care about the Constitution.
Why I think he doesn't?
Well, okay.
He does.
He does care about the Constitution. But you're going off on the damn it, I've lost track because I had to figure this out with my dyslexia, so it's kind of hard. No. Yeah. We'll put the other one up too, so cuz see the hash mark, Bill, I swear I will go to your house. The hash mark, he mistyped. It's totally understandable. But what's happening with the budget?
Oh, the budget. Let me throw in one thing real quick before we get into that. It's something
Okay.
I saw just a few hours ago. Rick Scott was on with Will Kane today. Rick Scott, and he asked him. He said he was talking about do we have leverage, and he said we don't. We have no leverage. So they're basically giving in to everything Schumer wants. He's all smiling and happy. And then everyone out there says, "Oh, ICE is funded in the one big beautiful bill, so we've got that. So what they're doing is it's irrelevant." And he goes, "No, it's not. They can stop it." And that's kind of what they're doing in the current budget. It's kind of like I went on and said, how can Democrats stop it? First, spending authority, reprogramming funds. Even if ICE is technically funded, the administration through the Department of Homeland Security can choose to reprogram or transfer to different priorities. Scott was warning that Democrats can use legislative language, which they've buried all in this fucking budget bill. They can use legislation in future must-pass bills to explicitly prohibit the use of taxpayer dollars for specific activities, and that's what they're going to get into. They're splitting out of the 6 bills. They're splitting out the bill that has to do that ICE would be considered in, and what they're going to do is in 2 weeks they're going to try to shut it down again. They're not going to give Republicans anything. They are my way or the highway. And I'll tell you, the worst one is this doxing crap, this uncover your face crap. They've been coordinated in doxing. Well, the current day Antifa isn't like well, my grandfather was Antifa because they fought. No, it actually started in the 80s in Minnesota. Are you surprised? The only state that Reagan lost.
Yeah.
So Minnesota has been ultra radical since then, and they've been developing since then their techniques, their databases, exactly how they do doxing. And doxing is they want people uncovered for one thing, and the people who watch the liberal propaganda media, they're not going to know this. All they think is, oh, they should uncover their face. But do you know why they want the faces uncovered? Do you know what they do? They put them in a database. They throw it out to their friends. No, don't just go after him. Go after his family.
Well, Bill,
They did that from back in the Tea Party days. They were doing that. Anyone prominent in the Tea Party, they weren't just saying go after that person. They weren't just saying go after where that person works and get him fired. They were saying go after their families.
Well, Bill, look at this. This just popped up just recently, and it's saying breaking news. This is from MAGA Voice. Hackers just targeted the Stop ICE website and threatened to leak everyone's identity to the feds. Holy, it's actually happening. And it's basically, we're not kidding. We sent your names, logins, passwords, and locations to a bunch of government agencies. Sherman Austin is a terrible coder. So our RC, sorry, the black and red's kind of Conception and Matt Buran. So yeah.
So this is what we needed.
Oh, hold on, let me. Turns out they just need some well-organized nerds to back them up. Absolutely, absolutely.
Someone I highly recommend following on X is Data Republican. She digs into all of the NGO, all the funding, all the money trails. And I think she's one of the ones that got into the database. And it said, Reddit is starting to notice, yeah, the hackers of Stop Ice weren't kidding. I can personally testify that the names, logins, passwords, locations down to coordinates, and phone numbers of 100,000 plus users were all sent to FBI, ICE, HSI, and more. And it said Sherman Austin, and this goes back to that notice you saw, was given time to tell his users of the security breach. He failed his lesson. And her next one is Dear Stop Ice users. Yes, your information was hacked. Yes, your locations were being stored because you signed up to receive alerts when ICE was in your area. Yes, your plain text passwords were deciphered. The hackers haven't released this to the public, but a lot of federal agencies now have this information. You will know by next week. We are not lying.
Here's the thing on that, though, and this is a cautionary tale. Yes, what they're doing is illegal. No matter what, hacking's illegal. It's like there's a dude that pretty much went up against I'm trying to find the words where I don't get our YouTube channel doesn't get hit too hard. That tracks and finds damn it, what was a good word for it? I'm drawing a blank on a word that I could use. He finds people that wants to give ice cream to people or give free candy. You figured out yourself how what he's doing, but he does that. He's been on the Sean Ryan show a lot, and that's a scary man of what he does with hacking and everything, how good he's in computers. But his story is he found like a list of these people that are trying to give free candy to children. And basically he went to the FBI about it. And they said, we can't do anything with this because it was obtained illegally and we might have to arrest you. That's what's really sad about that is he had a list of bad actors and he couldn't do anything about it. So he formed a group and everything, and he works with law enforcement now, doing it the best way he can. But yeah, what they're doing with the Stop Ice, it's
and tracking one of the platforms back to someone who's Canadian, who runs the same type of organizations in countries around the world.
Mm-hmm.
That puts it on a whole different level in investigations as far as the criminal activities. And that's partially probably what she'd be getting at if you read some of her other posts. And this was a good one. I saw this. I think it was Greg Gutfeld got back from being gone for a while. I'm pretty sure this was the segment that I saw it, and he just unloaded. So I'll put this up and I'll read it. He eviscerates Jessica Tarloff for attacking ICE agents. How naive are you? You create the environment and then you complain about the consequences. When you kick over a beehive, don't complain when the bees come after you. When you poke a bear, don't say, I can't believe the bear's chasing me. You guys are deliberately creating an environment so that there is chaos. And when there is chaos, you go, oh my God, someone gets hurt. These organizations desire chaos.
Yeah.
I don't know. My thought is, what if conservative groups were going around with crowbars up to liberal? I'm not advocating this, but what if they went up to liberal groups' cars and beat them while they're screaming free speech, free speech?
Yeah,
that's basically what we've got. And yeah, I won't.
it's okay.
I won't advocate that. I won't advocate something like that.
Yeah. On did we haven't talked about the Google thing, have we? How
That,
Google
that Google is biased.
I can't use that. Hold on, let me pull it up on a different search engine just so I can get the actual information.
I actually did some research in Google's AI, and then I had Grok fact check it. And he told me, he said, it's fair for most part, but here's where it gets biased, liberally biased. He went through pointing out the bias.
Okay. In 2025, Google faced multiple lawsuits, including a significant $700 million settlement related to uh, anti-competitive practices in Google Play Store, which affected customers who made purchase. Oh, not that one. God, they have a lot of lawsuits then. It wasn't the Play Store. Okay, yes, here it is. Gmail class action lawsuit, 425 million verdict under appeal in Rodriguez versus Google LLC, plus separate Gemini AI privacy case where they basically recorded everything so they could get the ad stuff. So and they were recording stuff. Get this, without the permission. Oh my gosh. Bill.
Hmm?
So whenever you like if you have an Alexa, it was recording you.
No, that was if you have the Google.
Hey, Alexa's part of Google.
No.
Yeah.
Alexa's Amazon.
Oh, what's the Google version?
What the hell is that? Alexa, what is the Google version of you?
Google's version of me is called Assistant. Want to know more about how it?
Okay, yeah. Any kind of device that had Google
No,
on it.
the actual device that is like you.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh, come on. You should be able to. Okay. What the hell is that little thing called?
I'm looking it up.
Siri is Apple's thing.
Yeah.
Google Home.
Google Nest.
Well, that's the ecosphere. Well, anyway,
No,
I like her. I got her all over the house.
no, that's what it is. It's Google Nest. Key Google Nest devices.
Right. I was looking for the name of the actual device.
That is the name of the device, Bill. Look. This is what I pulled up. Google Assistant, but it's Nest lineup.
Okay.
Jeez.
I don't.
I give you the answer and you still say no, that's not it. How do I talk to you, Bill? Give me what I need. Give me what I need to talk to you, Bill. I want to keep this friendship. This friendship I want.
It's on rocky waters.
What other news do we have, Bill? I mean,
Well, we have the budget bill that has so many traps in it. Basically, after the budget bill is signed, the Trump administration ends. It's done. They have buried so much crap in it. Just a few things. From a legislative perspective, the bill reads like I did a lot of AI research into it. The bill reads like a manual on how to restrain an executive branch from moving money around. And I specifically went into one aspect of the Golden Dome
Mhm.
and what it's going to do to the Golden Dome. And one, the no transfer firewall. The most aggressive part of the bill is anti-transfer language. Normally, an administration has some flexibility reprogramming to move small percentages of a budget between accounts. This bill includes hard language stating that NASA NSF funds are not available to transfer for any other projects. And buried in the bill, and I just looked in one small section, 40-something page section of it. The bill is 4,750 pages long when you add all of the bills up, the 6 bills. And throughout it, you'll see no less than funding levels. So do a search on it for the phrase no less than. So Trump renegotiates rates, Trump cuts this here and cuts this there. They've put no less than all over it so that there is no way he can make any cuts on anything. They're preventing him from moving information around. Let me. I've got too much up. I created a post, and I don't have. I have premium on X, so I'm not limited to the 255 characters. And I created a 12-part post that goes on and on.
Okay.
And I'm looking for. Hold on.
Bill, our viewership is going down. You need to hurry up and save.
I saw that.
Here's another breaking news. The UN has issued a letter to its 193 members, stated warnings that they face imminent financial collapse after Donald Trump cuts U.S. funding. So, UN might be going away pretty soon. Fun times.
Keep speaking.
They did a, I don't know, I guess a voter search in Oregon, and they found out that it's like 6 million voters in Oregon don't exist. So
6 million?
Yeah, 6 million. Let me make sure that that's the right, because I've heard like 1.3, 6 million. It just kept on going up. Let me see, Oregon. Judge dismissed LA DOJ lawsuit seeking all information. That was 3 days ago. We got 6 million. Okay. Lawsuit to clean up voter rolls. Yeah, officials announced the removal of 800,000 names. Judicial Watch has now cleared nearly 600 million dirty names in the voting rolls nationwide. So it was 80,000 in the total, in the nearly 600 million throughout the country. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, they're cleaning up voting, getting rid of like dead names, like people that died and they keep on getting like voter registration stuff, or voting. Hey, here's your mail-in ballot.
Here's one of the sections I wanted to go into.
Go ahead.
I found it. How much do you think Trump and Doge cut is going to have to be reinstated? So basically, it looks like The reinstatement estimates Doge claimed to have saved roughly 160 to 200 billion. Because the new spending bill includes anti-termination provisions, they're forced to restore billions. And this goes all the way back to things that were cut from September on, even before Trump actually took office, have to be restored. Medical and research, approximately 2.3 billion in National Institute of Health grants and 700 million in funds frozen or terminated in 2025. The new bill rejects these cuts and boosts the funding by 415 million. So all of those cuts are gone. Clean energy projects. In late 2025, Department of Energy canceled 7.56 billion in awards to 223 clean energy projects. Those are going to have to be restored. All of it. Education, roughly 170 million in grants. Okay. The impact. This means that of the roughly $160 billion in cuts that the administration attempted to implement through executive action, the vast majority, excluding the 9.4 billion in a rescissions package they did, will have to be reinstated. And he can't move the funds around. It's like that. What you're going to see is that offshore wind energy project that he cut the funding for and then moved it over to some other program in the Department of Energy. That's going to have to be restored. And he won't even, he goes in and if something is way overpriced, he'll come in and renegotiate the rate and get a better rate. He can't even do that. So it's stuck at whatever rate was already approved.
Really?
Yeah, the little dick Rand Paul with his little puffed out chest said, "Oh, we get the power back." Okay, you want the power back. Well, one, because you hate Trump, and two, because you think we shouldn't be spending. But now you've made the Democrats win, who want to spend even more. You don't have the power to stop them. All you did was just stop Trump and put all these tripwires in, so he can't do anything.
I'm still on the fence of wait until it gets fully voted on. I understand what you're getting at, and we should be calling our congressman right now. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, have a conversation in there, man. We'll just put these up there. Yeah. If you
All he wants to do is he wants to return it to regular order, the regular way it works. Congress, they have the power, House has the power of the purse and all that. There's a problem to that. There is no regular order because you've got a party that will vote no regardless, just because.
Yeah.
There is no regular order. They do not want to go across the aisle on anything. And I'm telling you, everything they boxed in Golden Dome funding. And
that's another thing that's happening right now because a lot of like the Oregon thing, getting rid of like 800,000 people in Oregon for the voter registration and everything. They lost a couple seats because of that. That's the reason why a lot of the places don't want their records to be pushed out for the voting stuff. It's because they would lose seats.
Yeah, I think I don't remember. I wish I had I can visualize the map. I wish I had the numbers. But basically, Trump could have lost several more of the firewall states and still won based on the new electoral votes that we will end up with right now in 2030. Just with the number of people who have moved to Texas, left California, left in New York. One of the big things of and I'll kind of get off on a little tangent of this because I follow the Golden Dome a lot and Greenland a lot, and people are still going, oh, there's no big deal with Greenland, he's going to lose and all this, and he's pissing off the Europeans. And remember what I said last week is that he was going to go over there, screw Denmark, and screw, well, not Greenland. He wants to talk just to Greenland, but he was going to focus on NATO because this is about the Golden Dome. It isn't about the rare earth and all that. It's about the Golden Dome. So he would focus on the NATO generals and go, hey, guys, this is what I'm doing. You want this. So even a few days ago, you saw that the Denmark and Greenland, they were all, America, bad America, getting away. And then this.
Good morning. Morning. Yes, very shortly. I just want to confirm what State Secretary Rubio said yesterday, that we have had the very first meeting at senior official level in Washington yesterday regarding the Greenlandic issue. It went well in a very constructive atmosphere and tone, and new meetings are planned. It's not that things are solved, but it's good because now we are back to what we agreed in Washington exactly 2 weeks and a day ago. After that, there was a major detour. Things were escalating, but now we are back on track. And as I have stated on many occasions, we, of course, share the U.S. security concerns regarding the Atlantic. This is something we want to solve in close cooperation in NATO, but also in a trilateral dialogue between Denmark, Greenland, the Kingdom of Denmark, and US. So it's not that we can conclude anything, but I'm slightly more optimistic today than a week ago.
So you've still got if you go into any of the forums with the I don't snobbish Euro trash. Okay, I said it. They're just, you get into you get into the forums with the European people and their noses are stuck so high and they're evil Americans, and I've said, there's more stuff going on behind the scenes. Basically, Trump is making the EU irrelevant. If he still has the ability to do that after the fucking Republican morons sign that budget bill. Basically, it's a paper tiger. It's going to make him look like he'd be just a figurehead in the world. They'll look at him and go, oh, he's saying he's going to do this, but he's not going to actually be able to because they did that. Yeah. So they'll go, oh, I'm going to do this with trade. And then he'll look over and go, hey, Rand Paul, Murkowski, what could he really do? Oh, nothing. And that's what the future you're going to see. I've looked into some of the ways he might go around it, and they are really, really iffy.
Now, one of the people in our chat asked us to read The Invisible Coup by Peter Schweizer. How do you pronounce that? Bill, just pronounce it real quick. I'll tell you what the book is.
Schweizer, I think. Schweizer.
Okay. Now that book, what he suggested, it's called The Invisible Coup. Man, it's about how the elites and foreign powers use immigration as a weapon. Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. I'm gonna go see if I can find it this weekend. See if I can pick it up and I'll read it. Hopefully it's not that big. If it's like War and Peace, it'll never even get fucking read. Anyways, anything else, Bill, that you want to get angry about, pissed off because
I need to listen to it.
what that book?
Thank you for reminding me. Oh,
Oh, you already have it. You already have that book? Oh. Yeah, see, Bill already has the book. He just doesn't pull him away self away from that. Okay, yeah.
got a 4.9,
Yeah.
7 hours long. It's
Okay, here's the thing on that. A lot of people they've been using immigration for the longest time to low cost labor, more or less. But they've always
well, it was the last book. I recently added it. I didn't even
Really?
remember, and I did that recently.
really.
It's the oh no, don't do that, don't do that, stop.
So that at Kylie future talk. You need to stop getting to Bill's stuff. Okay.
Who? What?
The person, Kaylee, is it Kai? 2232-T1 91. How do you pronounce that first part? It's K.
Kaya?
Oh, Kaya. Okay. She's
Kaya?
getting
Give us a thumbs up if Kaya is right.
yeah. Basically getting into your Audible stuff and knowing that you should read that. It'd be funny if that was real. Not just low cost labor, but there was looking for bodies so they could change the voting. Yeah, that was another thing that they were talking about. Thank you, Carlos Gonzalez. Yeah, they were trying to change the voting in areas, which it actually worked in California. I think that was the breeding ground first off. And yes, you can blame Reagan for that one. But it did the opposite in Florida. That's what's really funny. Because they back in the 80s, they brought in a bunch of Cuban refugees, hence Scarface. Anyways, they did that, and all the Cubans went Republican. That's what was kind of funny about that. Anyways, Bill, you got anything else, or we're gonna have to close up shop?
Well, my last Facebook post, I said one of many posts I've made on the budget. The budget has screwed us. Schumer's laughing his ass off. It wipes out much of what was accomplished last year. We no longer have a competent Republican Party. Hey, Senator Rand Paul, was it worth the puffed chest? We got our power back to give all of it to the Democrats to erase the taxpayer savings? Should I just declare I want to destroy the country and become a Democrat? Be a whole lot easier. Can we use this platform to just change to Democrat, and we can just rail against the man and rail against the country and say we want to be Europe? Why do you think Hollywood talks about Europe? Why do you think they all go over to Europe? They admire it. They want America to be Europe. They don't care about America. They don't care about American values. That's why they focus on it. They love it, and Europe is just going straight to hell right now.
Here's the
the immigration, they go the housing crisis. Oh, we got to have, what's Trump going to do about it? Well, guess what? In the UK, Canada, and Australia, and France, they all have housing crises. What caused them? The illegal immigration.
Yeah. Anyways, Bill, here's an interesting thought pattern. If you're anti-ICE, you believe in standing up for yourself. If you're pro ICE, you believe in standing up for the government. I don't think it's standing up for the government. I think it's if you're standing up for the laws, you're standing up for the government. So, honestly, that's a good train of thought. That's another little cool little thing there. I'm not even going to say in the first part of that. Man,
The whole half of the country was anti-ice this week. But at least it's finally melting.
yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
I just had to do that.
Uh-oh. The purge. Anyways, you caused the purge, Bill. No, that's an interesting way to think of it. One, here's the thing with the ice thing. I've been trying to get people. You know what's the biggest ice deportation in the country is right now? Just guess.
No.
Just take a wild guess.
The biggest ice deportation?
Yeah, the biggest ICE operation. They're getting most of the illegals out. Which state?
Texas?
Yep. You haven't heard anything about it, have you?
That's because our authorities work with ICE. They do what they do what they should.
Bill, what are you getting at?
I'm getting it when you have a criminal in jail and they are illegal, and ICE comes up and says, "You have an illegal in jail. Why don't you hand them over?" And they go, "No, we're a sanctuary city," and they let them go. Then ICE has to go find them. That's where the problem lies.
You mean if an illegal gets arrested for a crime and he's an illegal alien and
if authorities of the state work with ICE, then that person is taken who's illegal and sent out like he should.
I hear I hear the words coming out of your mouth. I just don't understand the concept. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out for everybody. If a person that is an illegal alien gets arrested and goes to jail, and they find out that you're illegal, and he's able to post bond and get out, they keep him for ICE? Is that what you're trying to get at, Bill? But if it's a sanctuary city and the person does a horrible act, but he's able to post bail, they just let him go, and then they have to go to the person's house to rearrest him and deport him. That,
unfortunately, Democrats, they're the party of crime. They love crime, so they don't really care. It's like what the last thing I just posted on Facebook a little while ago.
Anyways, Bill, do we have anything else? Anybody in the comments want to say anything while we'll close? Hey, if you don't say anything, we'll close up shop. See?
There's that National Endowment for Democracy that we tried to get rid of, and we tried to completely zero it out, and they've been restored.
When is that?
Detailed to get into, but they're the organization that they say the CIA has worked with them to fund operations around the world, the National Endowment for Democracy.
Oh, okay. That's the one that That's supposed to be a U.S. aid thing.
No, it's not USAID. It's another organization that's kind of. Here's a definition. While it's a private nonprofit foundation, it's funded almost entirely by the U.S. government through the Department of State, has a long-standing reputation in popular discourse for performing activities such as funding foreign NGOs, opposition groups, and media that were historically associated with CIA's covert political action programs during the Cold War. So that's something that we wanted eliminated, and despite the administration's recommendation to cut it, it was granted the authority to spend $105 million in the budget that we're about to sign.
Hey, another quick question before we head off onto the wild blue yonder. What are your thoughts on Iran right now? I know it's not like hitting the news all well, and I know the Ayatollah keeps on saying it's like, oh, we will topple America if they even try. And this is my opinion on this, and just strictly my opinion. Stay the fuck out in the Middle East. They're destroying themselves. Let them fucking destroy themselves. But, you know, we have to defend the people that are getting executed. We don't have to. We need to stay out of other countries' stuff unless like it becomes a problem. And I'm liking the fact that like Qatar and other countries around Iran are trying to quell it. Like Saudi Arabia is trying to do some stuff. But in all reality, I think that kind of area needs to be taken care of by that kind of area type deal, because they understand the culture a little bit better than we do. You know?
I'd have to dig further into
Dude,
that.
you need to dig into the Chinese stuff, and I told you we were going to do it last week. You went on a tangent about the freaking, which is a good thing. I love you for it. I'm glad I did my due diligence this week, and finding stuff on the Chinese overthrowing. But anyway, since you don't have anything and I don't have anything more, and the stuff that I want to get into, I'm going to get into on a Monday. Check us out on Mondays for Nerd Sports. That's right, Nerd Sports, 8 p.m., same time. Everything is same time. We also have an X only. Oh, we get a little bit of dirty, boys. All right, everybody. I'm David Dickerman.
And I'm Wild William.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. And thank you for the comments, everybody. Love you guys.